Alright, welcome to Watauga. And today we're going to ride the bike lanes of Watauga. Right now we're on Indian Springs and just pulled away from Starnes. We're going to be on the sidewalk. The bike lane begins right up here at Ridgely. And now begins the bike lane. This is the bike lane on Indian Springs. Riding the Trek 8000 SLR this morning, 26-inch. 2001, this is a mountain bike. I went and bought tubes for it at Sunrise after I got a flat in Fort Worth a couple weekends ago. And the guy said, "Wow, 26. That's getting rare." 26 is actually being used on kids' bikes now. That's just how cycling has changed. This was an adult mountain bike 25 years ago. A little uphill now. Grass. There's the thing about it, you know, walking next to the curb, biking next to the curb, you get the grass. You get the garbage cans. But there's enough room to pass. It's just how it is. You gotta share the road, you gotta share the bike lane. It does go to show, you know, this is what it's like in the bike lane. Here, Leslie is where the bike lane ends. That's the Indian Springs bike lane. So we're up here at Bercy. I know there's a bike lane on Bercy. Yeah, I can get on it right now. Let's see. There's also this big wide sidewalk. Now, this is the kind of sidewalk we need everywhere, because you can bike and walk on this. I don't know if you saw it. You can go back and watch. There were two people walking down the sidewalk. A third person was walking their direction, but one person got off the sidewalk and into the bike lane. The sidewalk's kind of narrow. But not this sidewalk. This is an absolute promenade. This is the kind of sidewalks we need. Everybody can share these easily. And you're not in the street. And you're not in a bike lane right next to the street. You see, look how I am here. And now I'm going to get in the bike lane. Now look how I am in the bike lane. Which is more protected? Of course, it's that big wide sidewalk. That big wide sidewalk is further from traffic, and it's got a curb, like a high curb to protect you from cars. I'm in the bike lane. I have paint. These are what these are called, painted bike lanes, non-protected bike lanes. And they're sometimes called bike gutters, because you are in the gutter of the street. You're here where the grass grows, debris gets kicked over, if it's wet and the water's running down the side. It's the gutter. It's the gutter of the street. This is where we put bicycles and school children when there's no sidewalk. The school children get to walk in the gutter of the street. Of course, here there is a sidewalk, but that's here. A little uphill. This is pretty gentle. You can certainly find some inclines. You see how close that truck passed me, right? And he's not wrong. He's driving in his lane. There's some debris in the bike lane. Some grass clippings. The clippings. Barb the clippings. That's a meme. So I see there's a car behind me. Now this is weird. If I wanted to cross in the bike lane, I'd have to be on that right over there. I'm not doing that. If I were to cross the street right here, I'd do it just like this. And now I'm out of Watauga. You see what I mean about that bike lane? You get in, you really mix it up with the traffic. I'm not doing that when another option is available. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cross the street. Now, I could have waited for the crosswalk to light, but instead I chose to cross with traffic. Either or works. How I could have literally ridden between. Look what I would have had to done. I had to ride between two lanes of cars. Alright, we'll push the button here. Now this one doesn't talk. Some of them talk, but I see the red light is lit. I'm going to kind of position myself to where I can be seen. I don't want to be blocked by the wooden utility pole to my left. Because even though me on a bicycle is much longer than that pole is wide, it's just the way people see things, you know. I want people to see a human. I don't want to hide my human form behind the pole. So I also hear it beeping, and it lights up. So I know it's timing for me, we just have to wait. And what we're going to do, we're going to ride the bike lane on the other side of Bercy. And hopefully not freak out any cars, because I'm going to come out of this crosswalk and get on that bike lane. And go! I'm bike lane. That guy knows. See, he gave me room. Very nice, very nice. There's a nail. So now I'm on the Keller side of Bercy. Watauga is across the street. There is a bike lane there too. It's the side we just came down. Bit of an incline here. It's a bit uphill coming from roof snow up. I weighed this bike before, and even though this is an alpha aluminum frame, it's a 26-year-old aluminum frame, plus the bags, plus the tool kit, plus the tire pump, plus a cable lock, everything else, water. It weighs like 42 pounds. It is not a lightweight road bike, but I like it for its durability. I like the wider tires. I like having a front shock. Stability. Bercy and Willis. Gonna stop. Here we go. Thank you, everyone. I was getting waved on, so I'll wait. Making eye contact is important. Bicycle, on foot, in your car. Make eye contact with fellow drivers. It's the Smeagol's. Keller ISD would like you to know their teachers are armed. They may not be the only ones. Pedestrians walking the baby, walking the dog, walking each other. People do use sidewalks around here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we see 5 people already. Here comes more. Of course, these are the townhomes on the Watauga side. We're on the downhill part of Bercy right now. Coming up on Whitley. There is a bike lane on Whitley. Just forget how much of it right turn lane yield to bikes. Cool. Well, I'm going to turn this way, and we're going to be on Whitley. Of course, there's no bike lane on here. Right now, there's somebody coming up behind me, so probably I got some kind of sense. I'm gonna turn around. Oh, y'all know what's about to happen. Hey, I ain't stirring the pot. I'm just saying. Just saying. I ain't gonna say nothing. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say something. But what the camera doing, for the most part. Alright, so I could go. I mean, light's green. These people ain't going nowhere. Hey, we're on Whitley. Everybody's like, when are they gonna open Whitley? Whitley's been closed. I don't know, it's closed to me. Whitley here before long. Oh! A little looser. Loosey right there. But yeah, I mean, there's hardly any problem with Whitley. Until it rains. Another reason I don't ride a road bike. Can you imagine doing this on 1 inch or more narrow than 1 inch tires? So rubber blade tires that road bikes have. That sucks. This is 26 by 2. It does have pavement tread. All right. Some of you may be asking, why is it 7:50 on Friday, not a cloud in the sky, there's nobody working on Whitley? I don't have that answer. Oh, there's some flashing lights up there. Blue and yellow, or perhaps violet and amber. So it's probably construction vehicle. Or if you're gonna say anything like, hey, you're not supposed to drive down, you know, catch me. addition to having a stop sign, there's also the law of tonnage at work. That says a Komatsu WA 320 is way more tons than me. He's got the right of way. Oh, I hear more construction. Hey, maybe they're getting started. Ooh, dusty. Uh-oh. Get out of their way. Morning. I know he's driving that thing like, man, I hope this maniac doesn't get right behind me and get run over. I won't. I'm watching. But again, you know, eye contact. So I was walking past him on the sidewalk. I looked at the cab. He looked at me, waved. We know where each other are. We're going to go about our business. You see all these Atmos flags. So it's like the city said. Atmos had to do some locating. There were some issues about where the lines were. Some Atmos work being done. Yeah, 7:50. You know, I'd like to get started on this stuff as soon as the sun is breaking the horizon. I don't know if they're bound to a certain start time. Sometimes it's 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. I used to cut grass. It's kind of like 7 o'clock was the general rule. Some of the richer neighborhoods, it was 8, 8:30. As mad as everybody is about weekly, might not complain too much. They did it 24/7. Alright, those guys waving at me to go. I'm gonna go. Alright, Whitley and Starnes. Here's the bike lane. You see, again, that guy was already stopped. I mean, he could have went. But eye contact, see where each other's going, get on by our way. I'll tell you, most people around here are pretty good about it. The speed demons, oh, they are that. They're pretty good about dealing with pedestrians and bicyclists. The biggest issue I have is you get people who just flat are not paying attention to anything. You can be that Komatsu, they wouldn't see you, they're watching their phone. But for the most part, if you're seen, it's alright. This is a slightly wider than average sidewalk as well. It's nice. You can see what I mean about all the gravel and everything that gets kicked to the curb. I mean, just look at it over here. I do run tire sealing in my tires, stands. White, kind of looks like milk. It's good stuff. It won't prevent everything. I got a pretty good hole in Fort Worth a few weekends ago. I took the train to last stop, X-Rail, the last stop before work. T&P, yeah. And rode over to the Bearded Lady, met some people, some walkable Texas folks, and kind of flat on the way there. The tire held air until I got where I was going, but it wouldn't hold air after. I aired it up, I didn't get halfway back, and I was walking. Now, of course, here we are at City Hall, Police Department. Nikki's Quick Stop across the street. Tin can. Wait, let it leave the can. Hey, maybe I can make a bike frame out of it. Alright, again, I'm crossing with traffic. My light's green, I'm not going to wait for the crosswalk. Bike lane. Bike lane over. Trunk missing in the bike lane. It's good to have them. I'm not really complaining, I'm just pointing out facts. Again, that's a bunker in Whitley. You can see that's a wider sidewalk than what there is of sidewalks in my neighborhood, Boston Village. Downhill a little bit. I tell you, if you want to appreciate the topography of Watauga, ride a bike around here. It's not entirely flat. It's flat enough that riding a bike is a really great option. But you'll get some inclines. North Park is a hill to climb. If you go the whole length of North Park, maybe I'll do that later. And I'll remember to turn my cycler app on and it'll tell me the elevation gain that I get from one end of North Park to the other. Alright, so now bike lane ends, bike may use full lane. Let's see, there's a car coming up behind me, so you got a sidewalk. You see how narrow these are now compared to what we had? It's different length widths of sidewalk. And there's more people. These folks are out walking the dog. Alright, so now we're at Chapman. I can tell you there's no more bike lane on Whitley. So we're going to get on Chapman. Because, oh look, bike lane begins. I wasn't really surprised I knew it. Nah. Over here, riding it next to the curb. The grass, the wire. See, on Whitley, once the houses start facing Whitley, fronting Whitley, your bike lane stops because people want to park in front of the house. So who wins? Well, you're going to be able to use the public street as private parking instead of a public bike lane. It's an interesting dynamic. Anyway, I said, well, you can park in front of your house. Yeah, I don't live on Whitley. Indian Springs is the same way. But actually, the bike lane is still painted in front of some of the houses. Another uphill section. As you can see by my shadow, I am pedaling, not an e-bike. Of course, it being 21 years old, Kind of tips you off. I like the color of this house on the corner. That green and brown, kind of a woodsy park ranger house feel. Looks good. And no, that's not my house. Ooh, nice big garden too. Roadkill, you know, for the bikes and the children's. Bike lane and where are we at? That highway. And if you watch my video from maybe 1-2 years ago, man, riding on bike on that highway on this end of Watauga sucks. Take this big old U-turn. I think this is it. See, like that car saw me and they started slowing down. Like, hey, let the bicycle go. I was like, no, you go ahead. Of course, it's also broad daylight. I'm wearing light colors, bright colors, or red, white, and blue bicycle. Man, I was driving a few days ago. This dude came, he was over by Roof Snow and Iron Horse. Black hat, black shirt, black pants, black shoes. It's practically invisible. Bottles and cans, just clap your hands. The way it's at to the bicycle lane. If you're a Beck fan, you got that.